Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to be joined now by NASCAR's Bubba Wallace, driver of the number 23 Toyota Camry for the 2311 racing team. We appreciate you making some time for DraftKings, and most importantly, happy belated birthday, dude. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm still recovering from birthday, to be honest with you.
Oh, really? What did you do?
We had a pretty big party. Amanda, my fiance,
Yep.
She's quite the party planner. She's knocked the last couple birthday parties out of the park, and this theme was a wine tasting theme.
Yeah.
And so had a bunch of friends and family over. Brought your wine, had the cards to fill out what you thought about each wine, and it was cool.
Sweet.
Really cool.
Sounds like you got a keeper, and you're planning on keeping her because you guys are engaged.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Bubba, real quick, just a little bit about us, our daily fantasy and sports betting show. It's called The Sweat in reference to the sweat our players feel when one of our contests comes down to the wire here. A couple weeks ago, you had quite the sweat yourself. So you're in the lead at Talladega Speedway when a caution flag stops, and that's when the sky opens up. The race is stopped, sky opens up, rain comes pouring down. So NASCAR says, that's it. That's the race. You're the winner. History. Mm-hmm. Like, why was this win so important to you, Bubba?
I mean, it's been something I've been working towards for the last 4 years, being in the Cup Series, and hell, I hadn't had a win since 2017. But that was just a one-off deal. But being winless in the Xfinity Series, going into the Cup Series, struggling there, having a couple of moments of highlights and success there, but having the opportunity like we had this year, it was like, okay, it's time to pull the seatbelts tight and buckle down and really make the most of this opportunity. And we were able to do that. We were able to win on Monday in Talladega, get our first win out of the way, and man, it's been crazy. Life's been good since.
So Bubba, all that pressure to win, where does it go now?
Right back into the race car, man. Right back into my mindset, to finish off the year strong. Sorry, my dog's butt's in the.
No, that's perfectly fine. We're going to get to Asher here in just a second.
We had a good meeting there at the end of at the start of the last 10 races between Denny and MJ, and I'm not sure exactly what their expectations were going into the year, but I think a win has exceeded that, which is good. But going into the last 10, we were like, all right, we're not in the playoffs. Let's get to 17th in points. That's the first position outside of the playoffs. So we're using that to get there. And with that win has helped us out a lot. Getting there, I think we're 20 points out of 18th. And so 17th is a little bit of a climb. But, if we put all our eggs in one basket and capitalize on opportunities like we have been, then anything's possible. So we'll continue to try to conquer that feat.
How did Asher, your dog, enjoy being in the victory lane photos?
Man, he loved it. I don't know if he was excited to get outside of the bus for a little bit or excited for the win, but I'm going to go with the win. And it was cool having him there. Amanda had to fly back Sunday night because of the rain and delay, so she had to get back to work. So it's unfortunate that she couldn't be there for our first win, but Asher was, so it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, at least he was a little more amped up compared to when he witnessed your engagement to Amanda a few months back. His PR team must have said something to him. I've seen the pictures. It's like you're sitting there having one of the most important moments of your life, and he's like, whoa, what does that smell like?
Yeah, no, he's a superstar. He catches on quick. He learns on the fly. So, man, he's a special one.
You were overwhelmed with emotion, Bubba. Like, the significance of that moment a couple weeks ago, your first win, that wasn't lost on you, was it?
No, it wasn't. I thought I'd have a little bit more emotion than what I showed, but just a really surreal moment. Just a moment that I'll never forget, with everything that's gone on, with the blood, sweat, and tears that, I've put in, that my team's put in, that my family's put in, just to finally see it all pay off is super special. And so to be able to be there, call myself a Cup winner is really cool.
And it took the sport a long time, nearly 6 decades, but Hall of Famer Wendell Scott is no longer alone in the history books as the only black driver to win a Cup race. And his name and your name, they're going to be intertwined forever. How much pride do you take in that?
Yeah, I mean, when you say it like that, it's pretty cool. It's definitely special. It's humbling. It's an honor to be, labeled with him or intertwined with him. Continuing to carry on the torch or continuing to lay down the path that he had started, and carry on that torch that he had lit for us in the African American community is cool. So just don't take it for granted. Knowing that each and every race could be my last. You just got to make the most of it.
Yeah. How do you feel about being a role model for any minority drivers looking up to you?
It's really cool when you think about it. When you kind of Monday quarterback it, I guess Tuesday quarterback it since we won on Monday. It's cool. My mom is always like, isn't that just the coolest thing? When people come up for autographs or kids, say they look up to you, isn't that cool? And it's like in the moment, you're like, you don't think about it. But after the fact, you have a couple minutes to marinate. It's like, yeah, that is pretty special. I'm just out here trying to, live my best life, have fun with life, do what I love to do. And people find that, inspiring. And so it's like, all right, well, I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to try to be the best that I can be and go out and get some more wins.
Yeah, it even brought your team owner, MJ, to tears. And on a scale of 1 to 10, where does that drive to be the best fall? Like when you're on a team that's owned by the GOAT, Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, you got to have it. When MJ's your owner, you got to have that mindset that winning is the only option. And so luckily, he's been invested in this sport for a while. He's been a fan of the sport for a while, but to see him take the leap and become an owner is really cool. But he knows the game. He knows he's not going to just jump in and win right away. It's not that easy. Hell, it took me 4 years to win. So it's cool for him to be here and understand the game and the hustle that it goes into it.
Your boss genuinely saved the world from invading aliens by winning a basketball game in 1996. Like, never forget that, dude.
That's right. I'll never forget that.
How many points could you score in him one-on-one right now?
I've learned from him that if you can't win at it, don't partake in it. Okay. So I'm not going to even participate.
We're not even talking like a game of a pig or horse, anything like that, right?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Because he wouldn't do the same in a race car, so.
Yeah, it's true. I can't imagine him being like, all right, dude, let's hop in like my Toyota Camry here and just go at it. You know this here at DraftKings, Bubba, like we are known for daily fantasy sports, and football's a big part of that, but we also have NASCAR. So I know you just mentioned like your mom saying to you, how cool is it? People come up to you and wanting autographs, but what's it like having fans talk to you about like their fantasy lineups?
Man, it's cool because it's like, because they're like, hey, we got you in my lineup today. And it's like, don't pick me on a road course. Road course isn't my best, but hey, if we go back to Talladega, I better be everybody's top choice, win y'all some money. So it's cool to be able to have that for the fans to dive a little bit more into our sport, put a little money on the line. Who doesn't like winning money, especially with DraftKings on board? So they stepped up in a huge way for us this year. Had our first top 5 run with DraftKings on our Toyota Camry this year at Pocono. So that was big. But yeah, I think when money's involved, it amps up the sweat a little bit more.
Yeah. So you're telling us like next time you're at Watkins Glen, maybe we'll fade you that week, right?
Yeah. Put me on the bench. Okay. If somebody, gets knocked down, you pull somebody in, I'll be a substitute, but Talladega, I don't know if there's, I don't even think you need a whole lineup. Just pick the 23 car. We'll be up there.
Let's go, man. And I know you were born in Alabama, down in that neck of the woods too. You were raised in North Carolina. Like I'm a Florida guy from Jacksonville. Like pigskin, it's a big part of life in the South. So who is your team?
My team is Tennessee.
Yep.
So I'm all over the place. Hence the Tennessee orange beanbags over my shoulder here. My mom ran track at UT, and my family's from Knoxville and Nashville. So it's Tennessee runs through our veins. So
is that the same with the Titans then? Would that be your NFL team?
No, I'm not really an NFL guy.
Okay.
I've always liked to pick out standout college athletes, and once they get to the pro level, it's like, man, they're all good. And they could go, if you want them to play for your team, like say my team is the Panthers. Well, my favorite collegiate player would go to the 49ers. It's like, oh, that's not what we wanted. And so it's fun to be on the collegiate level. And then you realize like, man, And I remember going to a couple games back when I was, 21, 22, up at Neyland. And it took me like a couple games to realize, like, dude, these cats are younger than me and they look like giants.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible to see. So it's fun watching at the collegiate level.
Dude, I'm a UCF guy. You stole Josh Heupel from us there with the football program head coach.
Right.
You got to feel pretty good through 6 games. You're 4-2. You like what you see out of this Vols team this year? Yeah,
I'm watching from afar. No disrespect to my team, but we've had a lot of years of letdowns, and so I'm just kind of staying mellow, cheering them on, watching every weekend. But I'm just like, all right, we'll see what happens. So let's get to the end of the year and reevaluate things, see how things went. But right now, I'm just laying low.
Okay.
We got a big game this weekend.
Yeah,
like a really big game.
Yeah, it's huge. So how confident are you? You can upset at home. We're talking a 13th ranked top 15 team here in Ole Miss.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for us if we can just execute, man. We can execute on both sides of the ball. I think it can happen. That's all I'm going to say. So I don't want to get too invested in it, and I'll be let down again if that happens. But I'm pulling for them. Let's get this dub and continue on.
Okay, how invested are you in fantasy football before you get out of here? I mean, I know you said not a huge NFL guy, but you can still have a little bit of fun building some lineups.
I need to get back into it. I tried it about 5-6 years ago, maybe even longer than that. And I was totally lost. Like, I picked a team, and I think my guy, every single one of them got hurt. I didn't realize I needed to replace them. And, I didn't win any games. So I was like, oh, yeah, I don't watch enough to be invested. But it's really cool if you can find some people. Like, Amanda and I have actually talked about doing some fantasy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just to have fun at the house here. So who knows? We might get into it next year.
Bubba, we're like teammates here, like DraftKings. You have any questions about fantasy football? Like, you come to us, we can help you out. We can steer you in the right direction.
This was pre-DraftKings. Okay, now I know I got the connections we're gonna make it.
Great. Yep. Just text me. We'll exchange some dog picks, and then I can help you with some other picks for fantasy football.
Love it.
Love it. We love you, Bubba Wallace. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us today, man. We do appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.